Hello, 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 hello. 1 2 3 mic testing. Hello, hello. ठीक है भैया?
Well, sorry it took a little bit longer. Prime Minister is here from the Netherlands, and I will open it for the questions round. So please ask any question you want.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think it's very important that India is now the host of this conference. We see big developments in China. We see big developments in the US around AI with different perspectives. And I think that other countries in the world should unite and work together and to create our own AI and our own content and own our own AI, to say it that way. So I think it's very, very good that Prime Minister Modi hosted this conference, and I think he does an excellent job and the great leadership in the world of AI that we all can relate to. And I was very happy also to see that a lot of European leaders were here as well, as was President Lula from Brazil, and also I thought a minister from Bolivia, so from all parts of the world. I think it was very good.
Prime Minister. You just concluded that meeting, and what are the top areas that were discussed? Technology, innovation. How do we see the next decade, especially when it comes to India and Netherlands? What kind of achievements could we expect?
Yeah, thank you. I had an excellent meeting with Prime Minister Modi just a few moments ago. And we had a long conversation about different topics. And of course, one of the topics was the strategic arrangement we want to make between India and the Netherlands, specifically in the field of semicon, but also water management, defense, agriculture, so different areas. I think that also in the next decade we can see a lot of new initiatives around these issues, because Dutch business really want to do business in India, whether it's about water management or semicon. I know that India has talks with ASML about if there is a possibility to create an ecosystem together with ASML. I know that, for example, Tata is interested, and also the Indian government is very interested. And that would be very good for India, but of course also for the Netherlands, because it's Dutch business, and we all know that ASML is a crown jewel in the Dutch industry.
Prime Minister, I'm Siddhant from CNN News 18. Sir, I have two quick questions. One, that how can both countries, India and Netherlands, align on AI governance and data protection standards? And second, should there be a joint AI task force between India and Netherlands? Thank you.
I think that that cooperation is key. The cooperation between different countries is key. And that includes the Netherlands and India, but I think it's a little bit broader than that. And also to have a good relationship between Europe and India in that respect, because we are both Europe and India highly developed, highly innovative. Europe is putting a lot of money, the Netherlands as well, into innovation, and particularly in high tech, and also in AI. And we have a kind of same attitude towards AI. We want to use all the opportunities it has, but at the same time, we care about the values and care about privacy. So we want the safeguards there as well. And I think in that respect, we can also really work together to make sure that the AI, as also mentioned at the conference, is available for everyone. And is also, in a way, the responsible use of AI is what we really need to take the full advantage of AI.
Prime Minister, I am Nishant Ketu from ANI, this side, sir.
Oh, here you are.
Yeah. Sir, I have two questions. As democracy is committed to human right and rule of law, how do you see the partnership between Netherlands and India to shape global standard for ethical and trustworthy AI? And my second question is, how do you see the long-term strategic partnership between India and the Netherlands, especially in the sector of semiconductor and high-speed computing?
I didn't understand the last part of your question.
High-speed computing, semiconductors and high-speed computing.
Okay. Well, first of all, and I think what I answered just to your colleague roughly answered to the question you asked. I think that the Netherlands and India, as well as Europe and India, but let's focus on Netherlands and India, can really work together just exactly on responsible AI, because that's key in the Dutch policy when it relates to AI. As I said, we want to take full advantage of all the opportunities AI gives, but at the same time it has to be responsible. It cannot be that it's a dark horse that's owned by other and we don't know what's going on. And then we got fake news, we got not reliable results, etc., and maybe even anti-democratic issues around AI. So I think it's very important to have responsible use, and the Dutch have tradition when it relates to human rights, to rule of law, as has Europe. So we can work very closely with India in that respect.
As Rishikesh from PTI, so US and China both together dominate around 70% of the global AI market, and both are not represented here. So do you see opportunities for India and European Union or Netherlands to explore or expand the smaller share which globally you have?
Well, I think the fact that the US and China were not at this conference clearly states that other countries do see the importance of working together, and also working together with India to see how we can manage AI in a way that we believe in. And I think that's the key issue that was also addressed in a couple of sessions. In Davos, we had Mark Carney talking about the middle powers, and it related, of course, to Canada and a lot of European countries and others, and maybe not India, because India with 1.3, 1.4 billion inhabitants is, of course, not a small or a middle power. But I think we can really unite together and make our own block, so to speak, in which responsible AI is the key.
Hello. Hi, my name is Ashok Raj. I'm from The Pioneer. I have a question. Can you explain how AI will create job? It doesn't harm employment.
How it can create jobs?
How AI creates jobs. It doesn't impact on the employment.
Yes. Well, I think that AI is, of course, a new development. It is probably going to change a lot. Like we had a digital revolution 2 or 3 decades ago. And we have seen that the workforce changed tremendously, but at the same time it created a lot of new jobs. My expectation is that AI is going to be in the same direction. It's going to change the workforce, especially in public service and a lot of other issues. Maybe also layoffs, because AI takes over the work, but at the same time, AI has a lot of opportunities, and other businesses can be placed in the position to create new workforce for the people, better for whatever country it is.
Excellency.
And then we go to the right floor. Yeah.
Okay. Excellency, myself Neeraj Kumar from News 18 India. My question, what outcomes from this summit do you believe will have the most impact on global AI policy?
Well, I think that the statement that was issued this morning as well is very important, because also the business was on the stage as well. So I think that's very important, and that also had the same element in it of responsible AI. So I think that the countries that were present at the conference yesterday and today all believe in that same aspect and really want to work together with business, with universities, so with knowledge institutions and governments together, in what we call in the Netherlands the golden triangle, to work very closely together to make sure we create this responsible AI and take full opportunity of AI at the same time, because it's a very important movement that if we have to catch up, and if we don't, we are on the wrong side of the economy.
In the front.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, Prime Minister. My name is Keshav Padmanabhan from The Print. With your bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Modi that ended a little bit earlier, what really was discussed in terms of, for example, defense and sensitive sort of strategic partnerships? And the reason I ask this is, one is the recently concluded security and defense partnership between the European Union and India. You know, so there's some sort of trust there. But was there any sort of discussions regarding, for example, the Russia-Ukraine war with Prime Minister Modi, and sort of challenges on sort of transfers of technology to India due to its ties with Russia? So in that sense, in that aspect, was anything like this discussed?
Well, one of the main issues we discussed was the strategic partnership the Netherlands and India wants to have. And part of that, as I said before, is about semicon, water management, agriculture, but also about defense. And we have a separate also a letter of intent or a MOU, I'm not sure, about defense cooperation. And that relates also to defense industry working closely together, because I think the both of us have a lot to offer to each other. We talked about Ukraine, and in a way that also Prime Minister Modi assured me again, and I had no doubt about it, by the way, that he wants peace in Ukraine. And we discussed in ways in which that the peace in Ukraine, which is important for Europe, because we have in Europe a very strong focus on the aggression war that's going on in the Ukraine, and we want to have pressure on Russia. We want to have Ukraine create a just and fair peace. And that's what we discussed, and I'm sure that India and Prime Minister Modi and the Netherlands are on the same side in that respect.
This is Manish Jha from TV9. When the whole world, including you, are discussing about artificial intelligence, future technology and progress, the American media is claiming that US may attack Iran by the weekend. So as a NATO member country, what you would like to say about that, maybe that this war is going to happen by Saturday or Sunday?
Well, I find it a very difficult question because I'm not going to speculate on what's going on. We see negotiations and we see a massive build-up of US forces. So the pressure is being put on Iran to come to a deal. And whether or not President Trump is going to decide to attack Iran, we will refer to it later on. If of course, we hope that it comes to an agreement. But if President Trump decides to attack Iran, we'll just wait and see. And then we see him with arrangements as being done, because we don't know. I'm not going to speculate on anything in that behalf.
Prime Minister, this is to your left. This is Manas Pratim Bhuya. I'm from PTI, Press Trust of Indonesian News Agency. Just wanted to know a little clarification. In fact, have you just said that, in fact, let's form a block to, have a kind of broad framework for AI? Have you just said that, I mean, we are working to form a bloc of sorts. And the second question is, how do you see the overall trajectory of India-Netherlands bilateral relations in diverse sectors, including defense, in the backdrop of India-EU free trade agreement and a greater convergence on a number of critical issues between the two sides? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I understand your question completely, but I think you were talking about blocks, but you mean geopolitical blocks?
That's what you said, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, then I understood the question right. I think it's important that not only China and the US are competing with each other. They both had presented an AI strategy last summer in 25. And I think it's important that other countries take their own position because it's not good to be dependent in the current geopolitical times. It's an issue that's very important in Europe. We favor the transatlantic relationship with the US, but at the same time we want more autonomy in Europe and more or less rebuild Europe, stronger as an economy, but also Europe as a strong military force, especially for the threats from Russia, within NATO. So it's again within the transatlantic bond. But I think it's important that countries step up together and make sure that we create also our own AI and not being too dependent. I think we almost have all the questions. Maybe I forgot one or two, but then you're probably assertive enough to ask the question again. Thank you very much, and I will tonight I will fly to Bangalore, if I pronounce it now correctly, and I will be there with also Dutch business to see how AI effectively is being managed within the healthcare and some other areas as well. So I'm really looking forward to it, and that will be also tomorrow will be the end of my visit to India. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay here.